Well, the holidays are upon us, and I know that there are so many things surely running through your mind, as there are through mine. And, you know, it's always the question for everyone when they're entertaining is, what am I going to do? Do I do a sit-down table? Do I do a buffet? How am I going to approach this so that it's not overwhelming, so it's not intimidating? It's one of the #1 things people ask me is, how can I get my entertaining gig down and not have it be so overwhelming? Because, of course, you might be cooking, or you might have it catered, which is a great way to go also. And then you're thinking about all the decorations you want to do all around your house. So don't let this piece be the big, scary, intimidating one. Take a side table as an example. This is not our main dining table. This is another table we have in our great room. And what I do, since we typically have a pretty decent group of people, including kids and everything, is I'll set it up in a way that is fun for everyone to be able to walk up to. It's interesting. It gives me 2 things. One is it's really practical because it's super easy to set up. I can take a basket, as you can see, but all kinds of whatever it is I'm serving, you know, dinner plates and bowls and, you know, little salad plates, whatever, and people can kind of grab their own plate if they want, or you could just do it in stacks if you like. I just like that as an element because it adds a little bit of interest. And so I get that practical element, and then I get to play a little bit, which of course, you know, that's what I like to do. I may as well make it pretty if I'm gonna have some people over and if I'm going to set something like this up. And so in this case, I've got this round table. Instead of doing a centerpiece right in the middle, you know, a big thing blooming out of the top of the table, I kind of scooched it over to the side. Well, that's kind of cool anyway because it lets you create a different kind of a tablescape. And I like it because, you know, I was able to get some really pretty height here with the trees. I took some cool old vessels that I had, and, you know, I've always collected these funky little trees over the years, and I just love them. Anytime I see them, you know, sometimes on sale or whatever, I just pick them up. They're never too expensive. Some of these I've actually spray painted and junked up a little bit myself. You know, just little different trees, and I create kind of a pretty, like, wonderland, a winter wonderland, if you will. And that's kind of neat and magical anyway, and everybody loves it. And it's not hit you over the head Christmas, which sometimes you may not want. You may just want to do more of like a pretty winter kind of a thing, which I think is really neat. I always add some candles, of course, and you can see all the different candles in teacups and glasses and everything. Even little touches like this. You know, you've got a little glass that you've put a candle in, add just a little sprig onto it with a little ribbon and some beautiful little silver ornaments, and you know, that's just one more tiny little touch. It's just those little tiny elements allow the whole thing to feel very, very enchanting and wintry. I'll always put flatware, spoons, all that stuff in pretty little vessels. It's a great way, again, to do something different instead of having them all in a perfect little row on your table, which I realize is, you know, the way that a lot of people do it. But, you know, it's just, I'd rather it be just more fun and bohemian and kind of funky. So I'll use, you know, just whatever I can find. I just kind of scrounge around my house until I find something that might be used for something else, and I'll drag it down here. You know, add a little ornament to it, just a little, you know, just a little bit of whimsy, just a little, add a little bit of you into it, you know. Don't feel obligated to make it anything other than, you know, fun about you. If you're going to serve, you know, a beautiful, like I've got a galette here, a squash galette that I've served, and it's so pretty. I just literally leave it right on the parchment paper that I cooked it on. I love how it looks so kind of French bakery. Put it out on a board, put a knife next to it, a little stack of plates. People can help themselves, and it's cool, and it's easygoing, and it's kind of country-like. If you're serving pretty little cakes, you know, add some silver dragées to them, or buy some pretty little violets, some candy violets, and add those onto the top. Again, you know, you can personalize anything that you're doing. I know I always say that to you guys, layers, 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 but I really do mean it in anything you're doing, whether you're dressing yourself, you're dressing the table, whatever. I mean, I even love this element, and you know, it's such an easy one to do. It's just a mirror that's laid down on the table, and I've really allowed it to be sort of the beautiful place that I've set all the trees on, and it adds architecture to the table, which is really cool. It adds that little bit of sparkle, which brings your eye up and allows everything to dance around. You can see the mugs. I've even put those on a big, pretty old silver tray. I don't shine my silver. I just don't care enough to. So as far as I'm concerned, it's more about, you know, making this beautiful creation so that when your friends come over, you can feel relaxed, you can grab yourself a cocktail, you can wander around and know that you've created something that was really fun for you to do, I hope. So everyone will walk up to your table and your entire evening will just be that much more fun.